World champion Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, turned pro at the young age of 16 years old, and by the age of 20, became the youngest ever super middleweight champion, and now has titles in 2 different weight classes. Here comes this bout, an open-air outdoor stadium. What a venue for this contest. High hopes for this battle between these 2 athletes. A swing and a miss with the left hook. Got out of the way of that right hook. And, of course, we fight outside today, Johnny, and that's going to put a little extra strain on both of these fighters' conditioning.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Ted, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you've prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking at a fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
There's a counter. The Mexican monster's in trouble. I don't believe what we're seeing here. Hold it right there. David Benavidez might be ready to go. And right back into the fray.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. A perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round.
I need you to focus on what...
Here we go. It's round 2. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Punch is beginning to take its toll. These 2 are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Only catching air with that hook. That counter punch caught him clean. Joe Calzaghe just took a heavy shot. Can you believe this? Joe Calzaghe in some serious trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about David Benavidez that last round. Well, he is glad to... The bell rings and we start the 3rd. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Well done with that counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Hook misses. Counter shot lands. Nice work to block that right uppercut. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Counter punching. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different. Come on, you ready? There's the bell for round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter shot. The Pride of Wales in some real trouble. Joe Calzaghe just went down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Good counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swing and a miss with the right hook. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Calzaghe. Time for the 5th round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just missed with that hook. Survival time for David Benavidez. And now they're right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back?
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And the Mexican monster might be ready to finally go down. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work your defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Punch, counter punch. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked. Hold that thought! David Benavidez might be ready to go. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do? Here we go in the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
How about that time counter shot? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Beautiful counter shot. Throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. Neither fighter willing to... The Mexican monster is down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Where did that... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Joe Calzaghe just got rocked. Let's see that again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you still want to fight?
Both men knocked down in that round. Incredible stuff.
Sometimes you talk about drawing first blood. What does that tell you?
There's the bell to start round 7. We had not one, but 2 knockdowns in the previous round as both of these fighters went to the canvas.
I've seen that twice before. Both fighters knocked down in the same round. And you think, who's going to go back as confident? Who's going to come out as confident? Both fighters went back on unsteady legs. How is this going to unfold?
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Swing and a miss with that jab. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. A perfect counter lands. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last. There's the bell to start round 8. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That uppercut just missed. And shoot. And he scores with the counter. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Missing with the hook. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Insane action. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. As you know, in boxing, the judging can go all over the place, and that's kind of what we got here, a split decision victory.
A split decision, you know what, I feel sorry for the Ludes because heart and soul was laid out right there. Everything was left in the ring. There's no regrets, and we